Hello everybody. In this tutorial slash feature video, and by the way, we're aptly calling these featureals internally, just in case you're wondering. In this tutorial, we're going to be taking a closer look at the scene parsing improvements that got introduced in Corona 12 Update 2 for 3ds Max. Now, these improvements are necessary for our Corona to Vantage Live Link workflows. It just so happens that they've got developed earlier than we kind of anticipated, and that's why we're kind of including it in this Corona 12 Update 2 version, because the feature is ready. Plus, we've also seen your requests on the AHA boards where you kind of request similar things. And so we decided, hey, why should you wait for this feature when we already have it ready? So we're just going to move it into this smaller Corona release, right? All right. In short, with this new version of Corona, scene parsing while in interactive rendering mode got improved so that now if you've animated something in your scene and then you're scrubbing the timeline or jumping between keyframes, you don't have to wait for the entire scene to reload slash reparse. Again, it's only the changed parts of the scene, the animated parts of the scene, that will get updated rather than the entire scene. Here is a direct comparison of this new improved behavior compared to the old one. On the left is the older Corona version, and on the right, the newer one. What we're going to do here is we're just going to move to a different frame where the sun will be positioned a bit differently via keyframes, of course. That is the only thing that changes between the frames. And as you can already see, the Corona 12 Update 2 version is already back at rendering out the scene, whereas Corona 12 Update 1, the old version, is still sort of stuck at reparsing the entire scene. Now, as you can probably already imagine, working like this can be a little bit tiresome, especially so in heavier, complexer scenes such as, well, the one we're working on right here. It's pretty complex. I mean, we just animated the sun and we're still waiting for the scene to finish parsing once we tried scrubbing the timeline. In fact, we're going to speed up the recording here because the parsing times are about 1 minute 30 seconds for the scene. And so you probably already get the point as to just how much of an improvement we're talking about here. The old version took 1 minute and 30 seconds to switch to the next frame. The new version took roughly 0 point something seconds. Quite an improvement, as I'm sure you'll agree. Now, a quick yet important thing to note here, just in case it wasn't quite clear enough yet, is that the initial parsing is the same for both versions, obviously. And only subsequent reparsing is faster in Corona 12 Update 2, because now only things that change from frame to frame get reparsed instead of everything, right? So just so we make that super clear. Now, just in case we've got some Cinema 4D users in here as well, hello to you all. We're happy to say that Corona for Cinema 4D already features similar improvements to the ones we just showcased in the 3ds Max version, and it has so for a good while now. Although, that said, there are specific things to each DCC that we'd still like to improve in future versions. Okay, and so that's it for this one. Thank you for tuning in, and well, you can now scrub your timelines if you have stuff animated without having to fear those reparsing times. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.